Today I am going to change the intake manifold on this '89 Chevy, and you can see I got a carburetor on it and an HEI ignition. Got rid of the computer, and ever since then got rid of the fuel injection. It runs like a charm for the last 4 or 5 years, but it's leaking in the back, the manifold, so I got to get all this stuff off first. But the first thing I'm going to do is check my timing, because I want to make sure I'm right on when I put it back. Well, I probably can't see it, but that's where my timing is at idle. That's all I wanted to see. Just disconnect the negative battery cable. Get down here, and I loosen up the radiator hose. I'm going to pull it off and drain the water out of the engine. So, that's it. Get that off. One of the nicest things about video cameras is you can take all this stuff off and then you know where it goes. So I got this bracket off and I got this one loose. I got it tore down good, and I went and I labeled the spark plugs. A, B, C. I know you're supposed to go 1, 2, whatever, but you know what? I can remember this. D, E, F. Now I'm going to take the distributor cap off. Now I just take the distributor cap right off. I know everybody's going to tell me you didn't have to do that, but I always know these wires get in my way. I'm going to pull these wires out of the distributor cap. That's good. Well, I'm going to line this right up, and I made a mark at the end of the stick right there. So I know when I take it out, that's where it's got to end up. Now I'm going to try to get this out straight out and turn it just like so. I know it goes this way now when I get it back in. Just like that. I think I got everything clear that I want to get clear. So now what I did was I took a hose and I stuck it in there and blew it out so no water going to the manifold. So now I'm ready to take all them bolts out. Taking all the bolts out, it's holding the manifold all the way around. I got all the bolts out, but I'm going to blow all that stuff off. That's why I covered the holes, and blow all that dust out of there. The sun's going down, and that's it. Pulled it out. So you can see this engine is super clean because I always change the oil. It's over here, a little bit loose. So I might check that out and do, the rest of them are all okay. I might adjust the valves there. But everything's clean and ready to go. It's getting dark out, but I put a old t-shirt in. Here's where it was leaking. Coming right out of there, running over the whole engine in the back. The rest of it looks pretty good. I'm going to show you what I did. I got some of this stuff, this engine degreaser, and I went behind the engine back in there and I sprayed that and I hosed it off because I want to clean that up so I know if it's leaking again I can catch it. Got me a razor blade and I scraped everything that was looked like gasket material off. Then I got some brake cleaner and I sprayed it on. I'm doing this with the camera. So I got a little bit on there. I went around and wiped this whole thing off with that. And the same thing with the manifold itself. Get all that grease off of there. Then I got the vacuum going. I want to make sure I get everything out of there. I'm all ready to go. I got it all cleaned up. And we're going to go outside. Here's my bolt. I put everything in a pattern. And here is the new stuff I got. And what I'm going to use is this stuff. So Permatex Gray. What I'm going to do is put some on the corner here, the corner here, and the corner over here, and the corner over here. Now this says this side up. So I'm going to put a light bead around this where these water ports are for my own satisfaction, and I think everybody does that anymore. And put this in and line that up with the holes. This side up here, do the same thing, just a little bit going around those water ports. A little bit there. And put this one in. Right, even with those ports. So, got that in. Now I'm going to put a bead here. That's where it was leaking last time. It's pretty good. A bead here in front. Then, I'm going to go around these water ports up here. There. I don't want this leaking no more. No how, no way. Set up for a little bit. Just want to make sure there's not going to be no leaks. I'm going to just rub my finger around here to make sure. That's pretty good. Now, gotta tell you, I'm going to put a little bit on the bottom of this too. Holding it. Why is there something holding this? Go. So lay that down in there. And I put my bolts back, but I'm going to put a little bit up in there. Put them bolts back. Make sure this is all lined up. So I'm going to put a little bit around here and get all the bolts in first by hand. Make sure everything fits. Just so you know, I used a torque wrench, and some of them I had to do by hand and by feel though. Now this is always the hard part for me. I got this lined up. I know it goes like this. Distributors don't like me. I know it goes like that. And it's supposed to end up like that, but it didn't do it. It's the next day, got everything back together, and I'm going to put new antifreeze in here because you should be changing your antifreeze every 5 to 7 years. Now, I know I got it in my engine block, so now I can put my other hose. Well, it's all done. It's running. I got my timing right back to where it was supposed to be. Everything worked out.